So let's keep the conversation going. But now it's my pleasure to introduce the first headliner of this Digital Transformation World Series, the Chairman and CEO of Orange and Chairman of GSMA, Stéphane Richard. Stéphane, welcome to the series.
Thank you. Hello, Nick, and hello, everyone.
Great to see you here today. Now, you're going to share with us your thoughts on the very clear strategy that Orange has set out for the next 5 years and how that's being impacted by the turbulent events of the last few months. So over to you to share your thoughts.
Well, over the past few years, the telco industry has been facing major challenges and profound transformations. Telecom operators have found themselves caught in a paradox. Demand for the core product of connectivity is growing exponentially, yet hyper-competition, saturated customer wallets, and the continuous investment required to satisfy that demand means that options for organic growth are limited. The worldwide health crisis we are facing today, which has forced us to hold this forum digitally, will both accelerate and amplify this process. The rapid digitization of our societies had already started, but the past few months will only make this happen faster. In addition to this shock that we will overcome together, our industry also stands at a turning point regarding technological evolution. 5G has been launched in many countries and will open a whole new range of use cases, especially in the B2B market, and our networks are also quickly moving towards softwareization. I'd like to start with a simple idea that I'm sure you will agree with. More than ever, everything is about IT in our industry. First, network management has become an IT issue. Some examples of automatized software-based new networks are arising around the world. 5G, which is now becoming concrete in many parts of the world, is the most obvious example of this trend. If we want to take full advantage of this new technology, we need to bring together network and IT. Both have similar challenges and will use the same cloud services. They need each other. Without IT, we cannot operate and monetize 5G. IT has already started its journey to becoming cloud native, and now we must work to do the same for the network. Even if human interaction remains key, customer experience is also an IT issue. And this is even more true in a post-COVID era. The pandemic and its consequences have fundamentally impacted customers' behavior. The appetite for digital interactions has grown dramatically, and this puts additional pressure on IT. The lockdown brought a change to our daily lives, the way we socialize, the way we work, and the way we consume. Digital channels, including bots and apps, are becoming more important in the customer relationship as they match our clients' expectations and provide for an easier and a faster customer path. Moving towards a true end-to-end omni-channel experience isn't easy, but this is no longer an option. Thirdly, IT transformation is an absolutely essential element of many operators' strategies, including for Orange. Going beyond connectivity to become a digital service provider by adding new products, services, and capabilities. To stay relevant and keep growing, operators have to capture part of the new value they are helping to create thanks to their networks. But obviously, developing new digital services needs considerable IT agility. And to seize all the opportunities, we need to rethink the way we do IT. IT has never been so key to our business, and I can tell you IT is no longer the concern of the CIO alone. It is now a strategic capability that is highly visible in the boardroom. But I think we as an industry have to take an honest look at the way we operate our IT, where we stand versus the competition, as well as how we are perceived by our customers. The way we operate IT today as telcos is too complex, too rigid, and too cost-intensive. Our core IT, the billing systems, the ordering systems, the provisioning systems, the systems we built 10 to 30 years ago, are often made of monoliths. Legacy processes and technologies are a systemic part of the problem. Progress in addressing these challenges is so slow that some studies predict that by 2025, technical debt will consume more than 40% of operators' current IT budgets. Carriers often struggle to balance quick-fix changes to meet short-term business needs, which only increase their financial debt, their technical debt, with investing in sustainable long-term transformation of the business and the software that runs it. So what can be done to achieve a true digital transformation of our industry? The first, and maybe the main issue we'll have to deal with, is about culture and finding new ways of working. Whether deploying smaller analytics use cases, building out adjacencies in new digital businesses that monetize operators' data, or undertaking company-wide transformation, generating success needs a fundamentally different way of working, an agile one, with a time to market of weeks or even days rather than months or years. It's easy to say, but I really think we will not be able to achieve any significant transformation without this cultural shift. But even if this is an essential first step, it won't be enough. I am fully convinced that the industry also needs a rapid shift to an open, modern, software-based technology architecture that enables new operating and business models. One which is loosely coupled, cloud-native, and AI-driven, made up of standard components which can be easily procured and deployed without the need for customization. In other words, the telco industry must evolve from a closed IT architecture where it is only delivering its own services to its own customers to an open platform architecture accessed through openly available APIs. This is the purpose of ODA, TM Forum's Open Digital Architecture. ODA is based on a modular and cloud-native architecture with software components enabling IT and network capabilities over time. It opens the possibility to embrace a natively digital approach that enables our IT systems to deliver fast results and increased efficiency. It is the best tool to enable communication service providers to deliver intelligent operations fit for the 5G and IoT era, leveraging artificial intelligence. ODA will mark a significant change for the industry, simplifying the solutions and removing the need for large-scale customization and integration. By being plug-and-play, ODA reduces the burden, time, and cost of integration. Following the LEGO architecture, every component can be delivered by one or several service providers, by telco operators themselves, or by any open-source community. This flexibility makes it particularly fit for legacy telecoms actors, as we are, willing to evolve towards an enhanced digital offer. Only through collaboration can the industry attain the required knowledge and agree the required standards and common code assets, such as APIs. I believe that TM Forum is the right platform to drive rapid innovation in these developments, and it will play a critical role in starting the dynamic. We have seen some progress over the past few years, as several actors have now made public commitments to ODA. Yet we need to keep on working together to match the same conformity level as the one we have managed to reach in the telco industry. I also believe that open source can help us standardize the foundations and facilitate future innovation. This should provide vendors with sufficient diversity of scenarios that will enable them to differentiate, but in a way which drastically reduces the integration and deployment burden. I am delighted to see that TM Forum embraces the open source way of doing standards that does not pose a threat to software vendors, but acts as a catalyst to accelerate consensus. I would like now to speak as GSMA chairman to conclude. TM Forum is for IT, data and AI, what GSMA is for network. We need to see how GSMA and TM Forum can work closer together. And we need to do this because it is essential if we want to take full advantage of the future digital ecosystem enabled by 5G. As I said, we need to fundamentally rethink our operating model, our processes, our ways of collaboration, and our ways of working. This means that we should revisit our culture. This series of conferences is a fantastic opportunity to collaborate and make our industry one of the most innovative and sustainable ones. So let's make the best use of this festival of collaboration during the next 6 weeks. And please, have fun.
Thank you, Stéphane. That was a fantastic introduction to this whole series and really sets the scene for all of our audience fantastically well. Just a couple of questions I'd like to pick up on with you from what you said there. You talked about this new software Lego, an open digital architecture that the TM Forum is creating with its members, heavily contributed to by Orange. But do you feel we're moving fast enough, given everything that the industry needs to achieve in the next few years?
Well, probably not, although several companies already signed the manifesto. This is a good signal and a promise for the future. But today, apart from a few pioneers, I am not sure we reached the level of flexibility and modularity we are aiming at. The marketplace still isn't today the marketplace we expect. IT transformation projects remain too long and risky. So now is a good time to join the bandwagon and show your software is becoming compliant and easy to deploy. We don't have a lot of time. It's not about standards in the old way, focusing on lengthy specifications. It is about concrete code, real tests, real deployments on the common open lab within TM Forum.
Now, you also spoke at the end of your introduction there about the role of the GSMA and TM Forum, and it's a different form of collaboration where industry bodies also need to work closer together. Tell us, if you would, about your view of the industry priorities and how can TM Forum help?
Well, the mobile industry currently enjoys unparalleled economies of scale, underpinned by global harmonized standards, 3G, 4G, 5G, and global competition at all levels, from chipsets to devices to infrastructure and service provision. These economies of scale are now being threatened by the risk of fragmentation, market fragmentation and technical fragmentation within the global supply chain. At the same time, network software will pave the way to new players into the supply chain, thus increasing competition and diversity of supply. So GSMA is challenging itself in order to continue to lead the mobile industry in this fast-changing context. GSMA members are very engaged in connectivity for good, tackling two of the biggest challenges of the humanity in the next years. The first is the climate change, because we cannot lower the carbon emissions across the economy and at the same time improve life for billions of people without the digital. And the second challenge is inequalities and the role of our industry to overcome the digital divide. But GSMA is also willing to progress in industry services and solutions towards a more flexible model, closer to the opt-in TMF model for specific projects. Once again, I am convinced that GSMA and TM Forum could both profit from a stronger collaboration in a context where network virtualization brings the two worlds closer. GSMA would benefit from the fast and flexible model and the large IT experience of TM Forum, and on the other side, TM Forum could benefit from the size and experience of GSMA.
Well, Stéphane, that's a partnership we would absolutely welcome. Stéphane Richard, thank you so much.
Thank you.